Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and this is Factory Town. In the last episode, we did a pretty darn good job of expanding things in the town. Just towards the end of the last episode, we started to get our act together with regards to farming. We managed to place down the farming building, which is kind of nice, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to continue in that rather jolly trend going forward. At the moment, we're transporting resources from the farm that is taking in a whole bunch of grain. We're transporting that to the grain mill. We need to find something for these workers to do because at the moment they're not doing anything, and I want to get the ability to plonk down some farm tiles. So we need to get fertilizer done. How do we get fertilizer? Well, we need to produce it in a pasture. So what do we need for a pasture? Required research. All right. Well, we're researching animal pasture, so we might as well just let that continue. But in the meantime, we should probably allocate these chaps. Oh, that's not the right... that was the right mouse click rather than the other one. Let's get some stone on the go, because I think that stone is going to be one of the things that we want to try and fix. We also want to try and get some herbs moved across to the barn, because I want to get rid of this herby area. I want to just wear it down, so to speak. So we're going to use a farm to do so. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to get there. Where's the guy that I just... Yeah. What's going on here? Can we not store more than 4 things at once? I think that might be the case. Alright. Well, sure. We'll move it to the base instead. I mean, it's not going to be a very efficient process, but we're going to have to deal with that. Also, we got a lot of wood coming in, but we ain't got no water. You're on the paper delivery. Nope. Yeah, go back there. Alright, at the moment we're delivering a bunch of water to this crate. Is anyone delivering from the crate? No. Alright, well, I think it's probably a wise idea if we get 2 stone workers that are currently working on stone mining. We'll get them to transport water to the lumber mill. Alright, great. So that should fix our problems. We still need to get another person to move the herbs from the farm, but that's not a problem. We'll deal with that later. Also, we haven't really got a use for herbs at present, but we're definitely going to be finding a use for them fairly soon, and I think it's going to do with medicines and stuff like that, and you know, all of that sort of stuff. Healing. That's the proper term. But yeah, we're gonna need a pasture, and to get a pasture, we just need to make sure that we get the research, and the research should theoretically come relatively fast. Apart from the fact that we've run out of red coins. Now we need to get red coins by selling stone at the general store, and I think that we've got a fair bit of stone brick, or yeah, stone brick. We've got a fair bit of stone brick, but unfortunately, we've not got anyone transporting it. I think I would like to get another wagon, if at all possible. I think I've got enough wheels to do it. Yeah. There we go. Let's get a wagon, and I want you to take stone bricks, and I want you to take them to the general store. Alright, as quick as you'd like, please. This is going to be the main way that we raise red coins. We do need stone bricks for other stuff, which is what makes it a little bit annoying that we need to, you know, sell them to houses, but it's a price that unfortunately we have to pay in order to be successful and to continue our research. That's pretty much it. Alright, we're absolutely flying through animal pasture now, which is delightful. There we go. We should have no issues getting the writing supplies that we need. We're getting a lot of happiness. Great. Speaking of, actually, how do we get the next base upgrade? We need 200 yellow coins, which we've got 1.7k of, so we're fine for yellow coins. Leather, which we are also going to get in a pasture. Stone bricks, we've got plenty of stone bricks, and we need 20 happiness. It's a good point, actually. We should probably consider placing down a couple more houses. We can't afford a house. We have no logs. Oh, we have no logs actually in storage at the moment. Alright, well that's something that we're going to need to try and rectify as well. Let's get you just to take some logs. Sure. Fine. Nothing is really working altogether too well. Ooh, look at that. The grain is actually growing. Nice. Okay, that's fantastic news, but we still need to get another farm where we grow more grain. Oh, actually, that growth progress is not inconsiderable. Maybe we just leave this farm here. I thought it would be a temporary structure, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's going to be a permanent structure, and it's going to be in the center of town. Great. I guess that's fine. Growth progress on that is slow, but we're making progress. That's the main thing. Hey, fantastic news. We got a new pasture. Forestry? Forester and forestry planter. Metallurgy. Or medicine. I mean, I think that we maybe do medicine? Maybe? Yeah, I mean, let's take a little break from research for now, because I think that we probably want to try and get a pasture down. It's really important that we follow through on that objective. We need some more population, so for that reason, I think we're going to try and get another house. As soon as we have the 15 logs that we need, we'll get that all organized. Alright, we're up to 8 logs. Maybe if you guys could just be a little bit quicker, a little bit more numerous as well. So we'll move a stonemason to do tree cutting or whatever. Also, we can get these houses upgraded, which we should probably do, to be honest. Because we've got an abundance of planks almost in comparison to wood. Can't afford. We're so close. We're so close. 2 more bits of logs. And there we go. Perfect. Beautiful. I know this is the area that the farm is going to be operating in, but I'm pretty certain that we're just going to be able to get away with 3 or 4 rows of farm actually up there, which is kind of nice. What are you doing? Actually, no, that's not what I want you to do. Yeah, go take wood to the base. Fine. Alright, good. Let's get a pasture. Let's get a pasture. There we go. Oh, we need 20. Oh, we need 20 stinking planks. There we go. Move us on to planks. Do we have anyone that's... What are you doing? That's not what I want you to do. I want you to move planks to the barn. There we go. Alright, the processes that we've got in place here are not very good, especially, I don't feel like they're very good in the short term, I don't feel like they're very good in the medium term, I don't feel like they're, you know, very good at all things considered, but, you know, it's the world that we live in, and we've got to abide by the rules of the world, at least for a little bit longer, before we can go all crazy and whatnot. Right, pasture, I think we need to give the pasture a bunch of open space, maybe we just do it out here. You know what? Yeah, let's do it out. Let's do it out this way. That's fine. What do we want you to make? Well, I want you to make fertilizer, to be honest, and that requires animal feed, and it requires water. Although fertilizer also can just be produced with a combination of meat as well. I mean, I think we've got to take that, right? What's the best ratio that we can get? I think it's probably chicken, right? Yeah, I think it's raw chicken. I mean, here's the question. Can we sell raw chicken at the food market? It is sellable. We can also process it. I don't know how we're going to process it, but hey ho. Okay. Let's get a footpath. We don't have a lot of wood to go around, but it's fine. Alright, great. So, raw chicken. We need water. And we need animal feed. Animal feed, which is going to be a new beast for us, really. at the grain mill, we can change on over to animal feed. Let's do that for now. Let's do that. And then let's see if we can get a worker. Oh, goodness me. All right. Place down 3 more workers. One of them is going to take animal feed directly to the pasture, which is going to take forever, I know, but we'll deal with that as we go. I really shouldn't be doing that, to be honest. No, just deliver water right here. That's fine. That's a much shorter route. And then you are going to have an output of fertilizer, and that fertilizer needs to be moved to the farm, actually. But it needs to be moved to that farm. And then the raw chicken, I guess we can place down another worker for that. The raw chicken needs to be moved to the food market. Fine. Happy days. Okay, so the real problem is going to be this stuff. Okay, let's get the wagon to step in. Yeah, it's going to be quite a long-range process, actually. I'm thinking maybe we can utilize a good old sneaky chute down here. We need to get more planks, but I think that this is what we're gonna do, and I think that this should work. So we're gonna get an input to the pasture, and we're gonna see if we can put animal feed down the chute. Theoretically, I don't think that there should be any problems with that, but that will remain to be seen, I suppose, won't it? Alright, 75 red coins, that's fine. That's great. What I think that we need to do is we need to have more buildings that have unique productions. At the moment, we're just using the grain mill to supply food and also the animal feed. But I really feel that that's probably a little bit unoptimal, I think is probably the correct term. Apply fertilizer. No, I don't actually want to do that. Maybe we don't want to move fertilizer from this area directly to the farm, because if that's the case, we're not going to be able to build any fields. That's the word. That's the word. All right, who's currently moving fertilizer? You're currently moving grain. I mean, you should probably move fertilizer just to there. And you also need to move fertilizer right to the base, which I know is a trek, but it's a trek that I'm willing to take. I feel that also we should just have a central chute which takes all resources directly to the base. I still don't know where we can put that, but I feel that we need one. We just need to have a chute. All right, good. So we've got our first farm fertilizer that's been, or pasture fertilizer that's been transferred to the base. If we can have a look. Right, farm tile. It's going to be quite expensive. Great. We need more resources. Yeah, I'm acutely aware. No crop planted. Use the build farming tools to place a crop. Yeah. Can I do that here, or do I need to do that in the farming section? Plant grain would be great. Do we not have the plant grain option? We do have a plant grain option. We need 2 grain in order to plant grain. Alright, but presumably once it's up and running, it'll all just sort of auto-manage. Okay, let's have a look. Farm needs to be transported from here to here. Right. It's a bunch of grain. It's going to be a temporary process. We're stopping our animal feed production in order to get some other bits and bobs done. Primarily, I just want to get some grain planted. Right. The growing percent, or the growing speed is actually fairly fast, which is quite good. Right. Alright, happy days. Happy, happy days. We'll keep on storing up a little bit of grain at the moment so that we can plant some grain whenever we've got a free farm tile or two. Do we want grain the whole time? I mean, we don't not want grain. Right, what does the apply water actually do? I presume it just irrigates the area. Alright, this is fantastic. This is really fantastic. We want to basically make this farm self-sustainable. And by that I mean that we'll always have some grains in session. So, let's get... There we go. That's looking good. Let's pop this truck back on moving resources to the grain mill. Perfect. Truthfully, I think that the bottleneck really is grain over here. Also, I'm not sure that I even need this farm, nor do I really care about it. I mean, it's okay, but it's not exactly ideal. We need to finish off our planks. Yeah, so. There we go. That's not really what I wanted at all. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright, so that's pretty darn good. So the wagon can now move from the grain mill over there. Is that going to work? I think that should probably work. So that's going to be kind of nice. Also, I feel that we do just need like a central walkway that will take... Or sorry, a central chute which will take all of the resources to the base. Right, let's go about doing that. Let's go about implementing that. I think that we're going to have to move the grain mill, but that's actually okay because I did think about moving the grain mill at some point earlier. Oh man, that's perfect. Look at that. We have massively, massively cut down on our walking times, which is phenomenal. Yeah, that's really, really good. We have too many outputs. We have way too many outputs. Okay. Well, I think that this is gonna... I think that we're gonna try and institute this. Alright, so let's delete the grain mill for now. Let's get the chute in place. There we go, perfect. That's fine. I need to get rid of this tree. Like, I need to get rid of this tree urgently. It's only got 5 resources left, which is fine. But in the meantime, let's go and get a... I mean, we need to get another grain mill. Let's not forget about that. That's definitely very, very important. However, I also want to get a wagon. Let's bump you onto... Oh, where is it? Workshop? Oh, yeah, fine. Yeah, there we go. Do some wheels for now. We've got a little bit of planks backlogged, so that's fine. But if we could get some wooden wheels, then that would be fantastic. Wagon. Yeah, okay. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. This farm, I wanna delete this farm, honestly. Yeah, let's delete that farm. It's not really necessary for what we need it for. Right, great. I'm also a little bit annoyed at this double path here, but it is what it is, right? You should be destroyed right now. Perfect. And now we should just have a central walkway almost. So anything that's going to go into the base, that's horrific. Right, anything that's going to go into the base can just be dropped off here, right? Right, so what can we streamline? What can we streamline? And when can we streamline it? Also, can these guys run across here? Oh no, they have to run all the way around the chute. Okay, so that presents us with a slight problem in the fact that it divides the base a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about that too much. Okay, ideally we'd like the grain mill to be over here somewhere, so that we can take advantage of the fact that it's kind of near the farm. All right, let's plonk it down right around this area. Also roads. We want to start getting roads, but it's gonna be a little bit down the road, I'm afraid. All right, I would love to place it right there, but unfortunately we can't. Okay, let's have a little peek from this direction, see what we can pull off. Yeah, you know what? Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. In fact, you know what? Let's actually make 2 happen at the same time. Do we have enough resources to make 2 happen? We do not have enough resources to make 2 happen. That's kind of a shame, but hey ho, it is what it is, right? Yeah, take from the workshop. Not a rollable item? That's kind of ironic, isn't it? Alright, deliver to the base. Okay, who's our guy that's delivering planks? Yeah, you can start delivering planks to the barn, I guess? Sure. Right, we're getting a little bit too much stone in the barn at the moment. And there's too many outputs over there. Right, great. It's a little bit messy at present, but that's fine. Okay, flour to sell to the houses. That's what we need to do. Animal feed to move to the pasture. We also need to do that. Let's start getting flour right now. Let's get flour. And you are going to take grain from there. We can only drop it off at the end. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. Alright, fine. We'll just take directly to the grain mill, I guess. Okay. And then you... We're going to extend this path down here. And we're going to get ourselves another... Oh, goodness sake. I need to... I can just ditch these stones, to be honest. Yeah, ditch that stone. Ditch that stone. Yeah, get a plank there instead. I really need planks. I'll be honest. I need planks more than I need a bunch of stone at the moment. I do have to ditch it, unfortunately, but whatever. It's a price that I'm willing to pay. Let's get another grain mill right here, because that's 2 pretty important resources that we need to make sure that we have coming in at a fairly regular interval. So you're making flour, you're making animal feed. Perfect. Animal feed can just actually be moved right over there. There's no real reason to have a massive conveyor system if we've set this up. Perfect. Great. Okay, we do need to get another wagon, because at the moment our farm is not producing enough. Well, it is actually producing enough grain, but it's not producing enough grain for our needs. So let me try and see if I can place down another wagon. There we go, can indeed. Perfect, let's get you, and you're going to take to the grain mill. Great, so we've now got supplies going from the grain mill, going to both grain mills, one of which is making flour, the other of which is making animal feed. Perfect. Let's get yet another wagon, because I love wagons, and let's start moving flour towards the food market. So that should be fine. The streets are going to get a little bit congested, which is why I feel that we should probably bump it on up to roads, to be honest. We have a main thoroughfare. There we go. All right, that seems to be a noticeable speed increase. It's pretty darn good. All right, the farm is probably going to be a little bit strained to keep up with production at the moment, but that's a-okay. Who's transporting flour? We got someone that's transporting flour? Why do you go this way? That does not make sense to me. Is that the most optimal route? Really? I am thoroughly unconvinced by that. Okay, but I mean, at least we've made some modification. All of the guys that are currently working in this area. Oh, we can only drop off at the end. That is a real problem. Alright, I'm gonna maybe institute a little bit of a cutback on this chute. It sounded like a great idea, but in actuality, I think it's worked out relatively poorly. I think maybe what it would be useful for is like long range deliveries. Say if we put a farm out in the middle of nowhere, it would be great to be able to ship the wheat back. And actually, you know what? That's what we should probably do. We should probably do that. It makes sense. The real problem is that there's not much free space. Although, tell a lie, there is free space over here, and we actually do have the ability to build a road at the moment. Whoops. Yeah, we've got the ability to build a road. I feel like this is an opportunity that we cannot pass up. Stone bridge? Whoa. Alright, that's a little unexpected. I was expecting just a drag, but apparently that's not the case. Alright, yeah, hold on. I need to delete that. Get it in place like there, right? Right, will that work as a bridge? I mean, I know it's not pretty. And by not pretty, I mean it's pretty darn horrific, actually. Alright, that seems to work. Alright, that's pretty good. Can we build a chute across the water? I think we can. Alright, so that's an idea. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to plonk down a brand new farm, which I'm hoping is going to be a major source of production for wheat for years to come, actually. Let's place it down. Let's place it down here. I'm trying to future-proof this area. So let's try and get a footpath to come down that way. Sure, but the rest of this area we're going to turn into farm tiles. Right. Not got a huge amount of fertilizer, but we managed to get a couple of farm tiles, which is lovely. Let's plant some grain. I don't think we'll manage to get them all. Oh, we did. Fantastic. That's great. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to get a chute, which will take things... I mean, where do we want the chute to take things? Actually, it'd be great if we could just get them to take things right down to the edge of the base. So, by that I mean... we want to get it to take things all the way along here over to the grain mill. That'd be really fantastic if we could get it to do that. Alright. Okay, this is all like pie in the sky at the moment, and I'm almost certain that in the next episode I'm going to, you know, decide that I hate literally everything that I've done, and therefore want to change it all. However, for now... Alright, we don't have enough planks. That's fine. Right, speaking of planks, let's get to work on forestry. Great. Alright. I think we can actually just get it straight away. Yep, should have no issues with that. Perfect. Alright, and in the meantime, we're going to build up a few more planks, which is lovely. Right, anyway, you get the picture, right? We're going to have a system over here, which is going to allow us to feed... well, either the grain mill or... in fact, actually, what we could do is we could just put a crate right here, I think. And I think that we can feed into... yeah, we can feed into crates. So that'll be kind of nice. We'll just have this long expansive chute, which is going to... which is basically going to take from the farm. which is lovely. I'm pretty darn happy about that, actually. Alright, well, ladies and gents, we're going to call this episode here. Thank you very, very much for watching. This has been Factory Town. I've been Obit a Potato. I'll see you next time. Bye.